What's going on, people? Welcome back to AFTV. Predict 11, well, desired 11, I think we're going to do.
I like that term.
Yeah, desired 11 that we want to see. I think it is time for Arteta to not over-experiment, but definitely try new things in this game. I think it should be right for him to do that, and we can look forward to the other games coming by trying something, experimenting. So we'll go for desired 11. I don't know if you want to do it as a team or do it as individuals. I should have thought this before I started.
Well, we'll just go through the position. I just think it's difficult to predict. You know, we thought Saliba was going to be available for Villa and he wasn't. And you know, we don't know about Calafiori. Ben White's in training. Does that mean he's available? So I think we just build an 11 on what we would like to see with what we think we know.
Let's do that. Let's get into it. So Neto in goal. I'm joking.
Why is that a joke though? Why is that a joke? When are we going to see this guy?
We won't. I think, but I think the keeper is such a cornerstone when it comes to confidence of a back line.
It's got to be Raya.
It has to be Raya because it breeds confidence for the people in front of him, and I think
at some stage, Raya's got to have a rest, yeah?
For me, and this sounds very snobbish as a striker, but I feel like keepers, and especially on this Arsenal side, you're not getting overly worked. Now I could be completely wrong here. But me as a player, I never see that a keeper needing rest unless, you know, he gets injured, in my opinion. So sadly, that's sad for Neto. I don't think we'll see him at all this season. But for me, it has to be David Raya. I don't think the keeper's as a position where you think, you have to rest and rotate. So I think, can we agree?
I think I'd go for Raya, yeah, purely because it's not job done yet. You could say Neto because then you got Girona away, but then do you want to really leave it to that? I think I'd go Raya. But trying to predict, I mean, could easily play Neto.
I'll go for Neto, man. Listen,
is that what you want? Do
you know what?
Yeah,
no, sorry, I will too. Actually, I've changed my mind. Yeah, I'm with you, Laurie. I will too.
No, but at some point, listen, he's been adjudged as worthy of wearing the Arsenal shirt. At some point, we've got to see what this guy's like.
Well, has he been judged as that?
Well, he's been given that berth.
He was born as number one last year. He's obviously not a bad goalkeeper. Yeah, fine. He should play this game.
At some stage, we've got to see what this guy's
Basically, you'd have to make like 3 howlers for me to think that it's necessarily his fault. I mean, you know, say a ball comes into the net and he just, you know, drops it in, you know, or has an Onana or Ramsdale moment like they had in the week on the weekend, you know, even if he does that twice, I still expect we score 3 or 4.
And listen, you talk about Man United. A couple of weeks ago, Bayern Dier made his debut for Man United. By intents and purposes, had a shocker. And then against Arsenal, a few weeks after that, he was their man of the match.
Do you know what
do you not worry about them not being Steven Gabriel in front of him for this game, that you're putting them under a lot of pressure?
Do you know what? I keep changing my mind. A part of me thinks, especially after that preview, you know, James, don't be so disrespectful to Dinamo Zagreb. It's not that. It's just, we have a squad, we've played so much football, we need to use it. Does Raya come into that? And I'm torn. I don't know.
I think Raya stays. Listen, people in the comments as well, do let us know.
Why do I think we'll score 4 goals? I just said earlier, well, if we concede 2, I expect to score 4. Why do I think that? Yeah. We're not in great goal scoring form.
I'm the same though. But I think changing our goalkeeper, who's, like I said, I think he doesn't need to be rested, in my opinion.
Zagreb will come and compete. Yeah. I don't know. I'm all over the place.
You're giving minutes to Neto because he's signed and you just want to see him.
We need to have a look at him.
Done. That's it. I'm locking that one in. Right.
We need to have a look at him, and also, you talk about goalkeepers not reading a rest, but I would. Listen, man. I know you know your stuff. I know you played at the highest level. However, you've got to understand that. With football, especially at the top level, it's not just the physical demands, it's the mental demands. Maybe give Raya a rest, man. Let's see what Neto's got.
Right, well,
that's what I said.
James has concluded and said he's gone with Raya, so 2-1. So Raya in there. Right back, I'm saying Timber. I've known in a preview mentioned about him, you know, he's come back from ACL, he's been playing so many minutes. Is there another option for you guys?
Well, the obvious option is Thomas Partey, but we saw what happened at the weekend. No, exactly, I'm saying we saw what happened at the weekend. It's funny because I went back and forth with somebody on my channel, shout out LL Sports TV, about the benefits or lack thereof of putting Partey in at right back. And this guy was saying, name me the games that with Thomas Partey at right back, and I had to do a little bit of research. He's actually a couple of games, but yeah, that experiment now is starting to look a little bit. How can I put it? Like it needs to be put to rest.
I think there's a lot of things we can criticise Arteta for, but
that's not one. There's four of our
and I saw
right-backs
some people
out.
saying we need to sign a right back. We literally have White, Timber, Tomiyasu, and Josh Nichols, all either unavailable or having to play another position. Now, where I think you can blame Arteta is maybe saying Timber should have kept his place at right back in Villa and Kivior comes in. I've even asked for Rice at right back. However, ultimately, it's a pretty extreme situation. You know, the right back, lack of availability of some players to just cover that position. I think Timber needs a rest more than we need Partey out of right back. So I would play Partey right back.
Okay, so I'm going Timber because obviously I'm going to make a change.
I'm writing my team down
in the centre back. Yeah, I know my team. So I'm going to go Timber. You're saying put Partey there. Who would you like to see right back then?
I'd like to see Timber. I think that the Partey experiment at right back, even though I've not been dead against it in previous games, I think that's starting to wear a bit thin now.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
Let's see Timber at right.
Let's run into centre back pairing, boys. I'm going to go Declan Rice and Gabriel Magalhaes.
I'm going to go Kivior and Gabriel. I'm writing it down. Yeah, Kivior.
Both left. Okay.
I would go Kivior as well. I'm not his biggest fan. I don't think he's Arsenal standard, if I'm being honest. However, he is again another player that needs to get game time. He's been adjudged by the manager as being worthy to be in the Arsenal setup. You know what I mean? We've got players who are injured, players who need a rest. The only problem I've got with Kivior coming into that position is that, am I right in thinking he's left-footed?
Yeah.
So you've got two left-footed centre-backs, haven't you?
Yeah, who's plays the right centre-back role?
Kivior.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so for you guys have gone Kivior and Gabriel, you guys overruled me there, so that's what you want. I said Rice and Gabriel. I think Rice we've seen it in pre-season. He played centre-back and it was fine. He's played there before as well. I think he's comfortable, he steps in as well, he reads the game well. He does the sweeper role very well, which Saliba, I think they emulate each other quite well. You mentioned playing him right back. I think even that, I'm surprised Arteta also didn't go with that in the stages of when he was desperate for a right back, because it seems suited. Anyway, but I think he should play centre back for this game. Left back, people, I haven't even. About to say Zinchenko, but I'll actually go. There's Tierney, there's Zinchenko, and there's Lewis Skelly available.
I would go Zinchenko.
You go Zinchenko?
Yeah, I mean, the guy, another one, needs some game time. I mean, okay,
Marcel
has come in, done really well, and that's a big plus, because especially when you consider he's playing that position, because he's normally a midfielder. But Zinchenko, he's still a good player. I mean, okay, I know he's not featured much. He's pretty much out the door. We know that there's interest from him abroad. But, while he's there, he's a loyal servant to the club. I'm sure he'll give his best. He's experienced at this level. Play him.
Yeah.
And you got Zinny, you don't need to keep too long on it.
I just think it could be Tierney, but who's more likely to have a future at Arsenal? And I don't think either really do, if I'm honest. It's probably Zinny, so I'll just go Zinny.
Yeah, you guys swayed me. I didn't really have a solid answer. I wanted Marcel Skelly to play again because I just think he's been phenomenal and I just want to keep seeing him play. But yeah, you're saying rest him. I think you're probably right. But I don't know. Then I'm questioning about Dinamo Zagreb. Like, are we really overlooking him this much? But I'm just like.
You say that, right, but Zinchenko is an established player at the highest level.
But they're
Ukrainian international captain. I don't think it's a disrespect by putting Zinchenko in.
They do a lot of wide play though, Dinamo Zagreb. They've got quite quick, pacey wingers. I just think that's where they're going to target. So I just
okay, fine. But if listen, let's just be honest, man.
And the counter as well. If
Zinchenko cannot feature against the likes of Dinamo Zagreb, and no disrespect to Zagreb, because you know me already, I always think you should respect your opponents, but like I said, Zinchenko's an established international player of renown, you know what I mean? He should be able to give you something against them, especially when he's there chomping at the bit, wanting minutes, as I'm sure he is.
Fair.
Play him.
Fair. All right. I've been swayed. Zinchenko on the left back, even for me. Midfield. I want to just do midfield three. I'm going to start with. I want to see Partey back in that midfield in the DM role. I'm actually going to Mars Lewis Skelly in the 8. Big up to, I know a lot of people, you guys have mentioned it.
Yes, to you, man.
Because I want to see him play in his position, and I want to see him play. I think he's on a
he
good
can
run.
play against Wolves.
Yeah, but in I want to see something different in that midfield, and Martin Odegaard in the right 8 as well. So /10 role, but yeah.
Right, I'm going Partey. I do agree with you. He should definitely come in. That's his best position. I'll go Rice number 8 and Odegaard number 10.
Okay. So that's a strong midfield. Mikel Merino's obviously hasn't been mentioned by both of us. James, your midfield three that you design?
No, I don't like it.
You just wrote it down and thought.
I'd go Jorginho and Merino together. I think Rice needs a rest.
There's not enough legs there, James.
Am I really going to leave Odegaard and Rice out?
You're taking Odegaard out? So you've got Merino and Jorginho, and then who? And then who in the 10? Just quickly. You've got to say Trossard or someone, Trossard. Okay, now. That's not.
Okay.
I mean.
Okay. All right. No. Let's redo this. Give me a second.
All right. So.
Sorry, Sterling. You can't be playing football.
We've got Mikel Merino, obviously, like I said, none of us mentioned him. I just think, Jorginho's a good shot. Okay. I was time filling and gone.
Mourinho did.
Odegaard will play. So I'll go Odegaard, Jorginho, Merino, Martinelli, Havertz, Trossard. You know,
that's our strongest
it's
front three.
because Trossard started so well on the left the last couple games. Was playing so well on the left the last couple games. They want to kind of keep him playing there, keep him in that rhythm, that momentum. But Havertz needs to be taken out of this team, and you could easily just play. Yes, I would. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay. You
prefer 11. Martinelli up front.
Yep.
Sterling on the right because he's looked so brilliant recently. Martinelli up front. Sorry, Raymond. No, I don't. Look, I'm being facetious, but Sterling is not looking great, but he's also getting 20 minutes there, an hour there, the odd start there, then taken off. It's not going right. I don't think he's earned the right to be playing more games, but I also don't think he's as bad as what we're seeing. I don't really think he's a right winger anymore. I think maybe in the City system he looked great there. He's more of a left-sided player, but I'd get him on the right. I would take Havertz out this 11. It's just not happening for him right now. I'd go Martinelli up front, Trossard on the left. There we go. That's my team. I'll run through it again at the end.
Please do. It lacks height up front, but again, he's got Mikel Merino in that midfield as well, which can kind of help and bolster that. But let me get your front three. You've given your midfield. You went Odegaard, Partey, and Odegaard, Partey. Sorry,
I went Partey, Rice, Odegaard.
Yep, in your midfield. Who's your front three that you want to see? Right. Trossard, Martinelli available, Sterling available, Havertz available.
I'm going Havertz through the middle. Need to play him into form. He got a goal at the weekend. Didn't really do much else apart from that. But I think we've not got much options up top, and he, hopefully he will be a bit of a presence, use his size and his alleged speed. I keep being told that Havertz is quick. Have you been told that? Well, I've not really seen much evidence.
I think he's one of those players that I think he is quite quick. He just doesn't.
He's not slow, is he?
He doesn't try to be.
Yeah, he doesn't look. When he's running, doesn't look.
I'll tell you one of the things that's really frustrating me about Havertz, and we spoke about this on the watch along when we did the game at the weekend, is this tendency of him to go off out onto the wing. If you're a striker, bro, like, come on, you through the middle. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I would persist with Havertz. I know he's not in a great moment, as they like to say in football, but I'm hoping that at home against Zagreb, again, not trying to be disrespectful, but let's be honest, man, they're not the strongest in terms of competition in Champions League, as their league table
explains.
I'll give Sterling another opportunity. I do agree with James. He's
Jamaican
not been
or not.
No. No, but you know what it is, Cecil? Again, he's another one of these guys. He's been entrusted to come into the team and do a job. We've not really seen much of him. Give him the opportunity, so when the end of the season comes, we will know exactly, that it's either worked or not worked. At the moment, it's not working, but give him a chance.
Yeah, okay.
And then on the other side, I'd be reluctant to leave Trossard out at the moment.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Laurie.
So for all we've said, no one's being particularly disrespectful with their 11s. No one's asking for, say, Cabia to start a youngster, for, two of us still want Raya to play over Neto. I'm just, my 11 quickly, Raya, Partey, Kivior, Gabriel, Zinchenko. I mean, got no options with Partey really. because Timber's played so much football. Kivior is the next centre-back in line. Gabriel Zinchenko's an experienced player. Odegaard, Jorginho, Marino. I mean, some would argue that's our best bar Rice in there.
Yeah.
And then Sterling, Martinelli, Trossard. You're just taking out the out-of-form striker and Havertz. I know he scored the other day. And just going for Martinelli down the middle for Sterling. It's not... So I don't love it. We need to sign some football.
Yeah, we need to sign some players that screams it. Let me run through
players back.
Let me run through my 11 quickly. So Raya in goal, right back I've gone with Timber. I know he needs rest, but you're in Timber in there. Centre back pairing of Declan Rice and Gabriel Magalhaes. I actually think that's a really well balanced.
Why Declan Rice at centre?
He played there in pre-season. He was fine. He progresses the ball well from the back. He finds the passes. He sweeps as well, very well. One of the best ball interceptors in my opinion as well.
So what does that say for Kivior then?
His attributes, I think, he's played. He was a centre back as well before. For Kivior,
yeah, I like it. I just think he needs a rest. But go on.
Yeah, Kivior. I mean, it says what it says. Just you come in when need be. Left back, I've gone with Zinchenko.
Cool.
To go into that midfield and bolster, I do worry about Dinamo, attacking us down the flanks. That's fine. Midfield three of Thomas Partey, Odegaard, and Miles Lewis-Skelly. Youngster, give him, he's on a hot run of form. Let him enjoy himself playing his actual position and see what he's got. I think he's good there.
Which of the two games do you think is more important?
Let me just run through.
In terms of,
they're both important. Champions League wise, I think the most important is obviously.
No, but the reason why I ask that is because we've spoken on this show about resting players. So, which of the two games do you consider to be even more important? Is it Zagreb on Wednesday or Wolves?
Well, by our 11s, we're saying Wolves on the weekend. Yeah. By the way, we're doing our 11s. Yeah. And the front three simply of Sterling, right, Havertz, because Havertz is the only option, and then left wing Trossard, because you can't drop him at the moment. And that's, to me, that's a strong side.
More physicality in yours, for sure.
Yeah, I think.
Partey down the middle, Havertz up front, Rice at centre back, Timber at right back. So, I hear it. It's, yeah.
I think that makes sense. And Laurie, I don't know if you wrote down yours and know your 11.
No, but I can give you it.
Go run it.
I went Neto in goal.
Yeah.
Timber left back.
Yeah, fair, strong.
I went for centre back pairing of
Gabriel and Kivior.
Yeah, Gabriel and Kivior. Right back. Who did I say?
No, left back. You said Zinchenko.
Sorry, yeah. It was left back Zinchenko, right back Timber. The two centre backs we spoke about, Gabriel, Kivior. Midfield. Partey, Rice and Odegaard, and then up top I've gone for a front three of Trossard, Havertz and Sterling.
Yeah. Okay. So that's
yours is probably the most likely / most sensible.
It's the strongest.
Who's mine or
yours, Laurie?
I think yours is the most. Bar the Neto change. I mean, that's the best back four we could put out if it's purely defenders we're picking from. Okay, no, Zinchenko for Lewis-Skelly, Odegaard, Partey, Rice, and then Sterling basically comes in for Martinelli, which is probably a pretty normal change. So, I actually think the most likely one is Laurie's.
Yeah, well, that's the predicted 11. That's the desired 11s that we want to see. Let us know in the comments your desired 11. And I do want to say before we go, I hope a youngster does feature in this game off the bench, because I think if I was a young player, seeing the way Arsenal are toothless really up front, if you're an attacking player in that academy, you should be banging on Arteta's door saying, when will I get a chance? Because right now we're screaming out for it, especially if we haven't got a striker signed at this moment in time. Anyway, that is it for the Predict 11 / Desired 11. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Like the video on your way out, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.